Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and learn the fundamental language of computers. Yep, I'm talking about binary. It's that simple system of ones and zeros that, believe it or not, powers every single device you use. And by the end of this, you'll know how to do the most basic and the most important calculation in the entire digital world. Let's jump in.
So our source material frames this whole thing as a mission into digital Lagos. Think of it as a metaphor for the super high-tech, connected world we're all a part of. Your goal, should you choose to accept it, is to learn the secret code that makes this whole world run.
And you know what? The source calls you a smart scholar on this journey. And that's exactly what you're about to become, a code breaker who gets the core language of our digital age on a deep level.
So, are you ready? Because this language, it's actually way simpler than you think. And it's the key to understanding how everything, from your favorite app to the global financial system, really works at its most basic level.
Okay, let's get right to it. Here's the deal. Computers don't think in words, or even in the numbers that we use every single day. No, they've got their own system, and it's much, much simpler.
That system is called binary, or base 2, and it is incredibly simple. Everything a computer does, I don't care how complex it seems, it all boils down to just two digits, a 0 and a 1. The easiest way to think about it is like a light switch, right? It's either off, that's a 0, or it's on, that's a 1. That's it. That is the entire foundation of everything.
And this slide really breaks it down. You know, in our world, we use base 10. That's 10 digits, 0 through 9, to count everything from money to, well, anything. But in the computer world, it's all base 2. Just a 0 and a 1 is all they need to count absolutely everything.
So, if we're going to speak this language, we need to learn a little bit of its grammar. And lucky for us, the grammar for today is super simple. We only need to know 4 basic rules of addition. That's it, 4 rules.
Now, the first 3 rules, they're exactly what you'd think. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Piece of cake. But rule number 4. Rule number 4 is the secret handshake. This is the big one. In binary, 1 plus 1 equals 10. You write down the 0, and you carry the 1 over to the next column, just like you learned in elementary school. This is the rule you have to master.
So, as our source material puts it, our main mission today is just to master this one concept. Because once you can add in base 2, you've basically unlocked a fundamental skill in all of computer science.
All right, enough talk. Let's put these rules to the test. It's time for your first calculation.
Okay, here's our problem. We're adding 101 and 011. We're going to work from right to left just like regular addition, taking it one column at a time. Ready?
Let's start on the far right. We've got 1 plus 1. Now, what did our special rule say? That's right, it equals 10. So we write down the 0 right there, and we carry that little 1 over to the top of the next column to the left, just like that.
Now for that middle column. We've got the 1 we carried over, plus a 0, plus a 1. So what's that? That's 1 plus 1 all over again. And we know what that equals, 10. So we write down another 0, and we carry the 1 over to that last column. You see the pattern here?
And for the grand finale, our last column on the left, we have the 1 we carried, plus 1, plus 0. Hey, that's 1 plus 1 again, which is 10. Now, since there are no more columns left, we just write down the full 10. And our final answer is 1000.
And just like that, you did it. Mission accomplished. You have successfully completed your first binary addition. You literally just spoke to a computer in its native language. How cool is that?
So you might be thinking, okay, that's a neat little math trick, but why is this actually important? Well, this is where we connect that simple skill to the entire world around you.
This simple act of addition isn't just a trick, it's the master key. It is the fundamental operation happening millions, even billions of times a second inside your phone to make your banking app work. It's how your messages get sent across the world in an instant. It's how satellites track weather patterns. Every single digital action you take is built on this simple foundation.
And I absolutely love this quote from our source. By understanding this, you're becoming a fluent tech oga, which is a Nigerian term for a tech boss, someone who gets it, someone who understands how the digital world actually works from the ground up.
So, I'll leave you with this little puzzle to chew on. We've just mastered addition. But what about subtraction? How does a machine that only knows on and off, a machine that only knows how to add things together, possibly figure out how to take something away? That is a story for another time. Thanks for joining me.